everybody. So I decided to take a break from the BJD addicts prompts because I don't really have any funny stories yet in the hobby, so I might skip it and come back to it. But anyway, I just wanted to show you some of the stuff that I did with Olive. Yesterday we went to Joann Fabrics and I was gonna buy white tulle for a petticoat, and it was on sale, so I got dark blue tulle, I got light blue tulle, I got pink tulle, I got white tulle, and I got white sparkly tulle. Ooh, sparkly. And I also got some goldish tulle, which I don't know where it is. But anyway, so I used that stuff and I made Olive a new tutu. And I also had a shirt that I don't really wear, and it's this rainbow stripes, and so I made her a little shirt and little socks to go with it. And Aaron actually made this wig for her out of faux fur. Yeah, he sewed it together, and then I cut the hole to make it fit on her head. But yeah, and also she has some blue eyes. Oh, you can't really see that. There, now you can kind of get an idea. Yeah, when I bought some really cheap acrylic eyes on Amazon, like $5 for 4 sets, and this was one of the colors that came with it. So I'm just kind of trying out different stuff with her and figuring out what I like for her and what she's gonna end up looking like. But the main reason I wanted to make this video is I wanted Aaron to tell you guys a little bit about the story that he's writing for the dolls. So Aaron, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Agartha story? After I told Aaron that he had to talk about his Agartha story, he ran away. He found something he had to go do right now. So it's just me and Olive hanging out on the bed right now, waiting for Aaron to come back.
So it all started with I guess it started with an older story, but I guess that's neither here nor there. So
was it Journey to the Center of the Earth?
What? No?
No? Oh,
I didn't write that story.
No, you didn't write it, but did you read that one, and were you inspired by that one? Or?
I never read that story. I watched the ones with The Rock.
Oh,
and then
okay.
like earlier interpretations of the film.
The Scorpion King?
But no, it wasn't that. So what is Agartha?
Yeah, what is Agartha?
I don't know. I've never really read anything about Agartha except for online, so I have a basic idea.
You like those conspiracy theories?
Yeah, the conspiracy theories. So
and weird ancient civilization things,
so
right?
Agartha, and I don't know where it came from. Like, I guess it's got. You can't believe everything online, so I don't know how far back this really goes or what's true or not. But I guess the story about Agartha is that the Earth is hollow, and there's aliens living in the center of the Earth. When you say it that way, it sounds silly, but I mean,
who knows, right?
Right.
We haven't been to the
it's either aliens or like ancient civilizations. At any rate, I read somewhere some time ago that basically that they're not about Agartha, but that ancient civilizations used tunnels to get through the center of the Earth to get from one end of the world to the other, which explains how...
Because there's similarities between different cultures across the world, right? So it's strange that they didn't interact with one another, but they had a lot of the similar things in their culture or language and stuff like that, right?
Right. So at any rate, that's none of that's neither here nor there. I guess this is a long way to say it, but Agartha is like a continent or world within a world. So that's that. So then I took that idea and I made my own. So I don't use any of the details from Agartha because I don't know them. All I know that is that the world is hollow in essence, and there's a lot going down in there, and that's what I used as the inspiration. And since the dolls are all kind of, there's a lot of normal human dolls, but there's a lot of exotic dolls, which are the ones I like. So
Yeah, so he's been interested in like doll chateau,
Yeah.
you know, the kinds with horns or centaurs, or I think his favorite doll and probably like his grail doll that he would love to get someday is doll Chateau Elizabeth, the spider.
the spider, yeah.
Yeah.
Adrian.
So he wrote a whole scene with the spiders. I haven't read that part yet, but so we're gonna eventually hopefully get one of those and write that part of the story. But we liked the idea of using other people's dolls and kind of having you guys submit pictures, and then we can include it. We were thinking of making like a storybook or a picture book with kind of like a children's story, but so it would be the Agartha story with photo story, but also just a really condensed version of the story.
So it's going to be long. So if we do the storybook idea, then we can condense the whole thing essentially into just the different doll parts and the main parts.
Yeah.
But basically, the storyline, I guess, is based around a doll that we don't have yet. Would have been Kara's first doll that never happened because
Yeah.
it's just there's a lot of debating on what that doll needs to be. But so Olive
Yeah.
was born,
Yeah.
and Olive inspired me. So Olive's entered the story. Given
Not like this. This is when she visits the human world.
yeah,
But
but she lives on the ground.
but yeah, she's part of the underworld. Do we want to call it the underworld? I don't know what we're calling it.
I don't know what I'm calling it yet.
Yeah, we need to come up with a name for it, unless we want to use Agartha.
Yeah, it's only about 40 pages right now. So the basic storyline is our doll, whose name is tentatively Christine.
Codename Christine.
Good name, Christine. Is she's a young child who doesn't get along with people. She's a little shy. She sticks to herself. She's real smart, nerdy, whatever else. Science fair comes around. Middle school, she's laughed at by her teachers, but she basically makes a globe. And she says, "Oh, I noticed that in Peru there's a mountain called Machu Picchu, and in the Himalayas there's a mountain that's almost spelled the same, but it's Machu Picchu." So the spellings are very similar. Both mountains were named something like 5,000 years ago by two cultures that never met. So she takes her fingers on the opposite ends of the globe, makes a straight line. So she has the hypothesis that so she makes this globe, as a science fair project, and saying that
Shout out to the moth.
there's got to be some kind of tunnel that links these two, and she's laughed at, but that one teacher supports her and gives her some books, and she obviously, the teacher doesn't believe that this is a thing, but she wants to foster her creativity. So but it becomes something that she doesn't let go ever. So she lives her whole life trying to prove it that this is a thing. And so by the time that's part of the story, but by the time the real story gets in, she's in university age, and she makes her ways to
Shout out to our dogs.
makes her way to the Himalayas, and there is where she finds an entrance into the underground world, and she's got a guide, and the guide is the guy with the horns. Which one is it?
We're thinking about buying a Resin Soul Moo.
Yeah.
So he's he's horned. He has long ears.
Tall, big, right?
Yeah, pretty tall, and he has the satyr legs.
Yeah.
Yep. So the hooves at the bottom. Yeah.
And so the overall, the story would incorporate a multitude of dolls that are out there that would be more than we would. It's beyond your threshold, and so I'd imagine it's probably 60 dolls at this point.
Yeah,
that
probably.
I want to incorporate into the story, and each one would have their own part, and there's a hierarchy down there, and there's a whole world down there that the protagonist
So
finds.
he's been using, just to give you a little background, he's been using pictures from Pinterest of dolls that we like. We've been saving them to this Pinterest board, and he's been writing characters for each of these dolls based on what he likes about them and what their physical characteristics and what it makes him think of. So it's been inspiring him to write different characters and figure out how they fit into this world that he's imagining in his head. So But yeah, that's a little bit about the story. I think maybe the next video might be kind of talking more about Christine and like how we want her to look and some ideas that we have for dolls that we might end up getting for her. But it's so picky because she's our main character, so we just want to make sure it's like the right doll, and she has a lot of posability, so that we can do a lot of things with her and all that kind of stuff. So I made a separate board just for her, and I've been saving dolls to that. So maybe next time we can talk a little more about her and get your guys' ideas about it or something. I don't know. And anyway, I'll see you guys around. Oh, and the cat has been wanting to be in the video for like the whole time. So everybody, this is Pocket. Hey, Pocket. Say hello to the camera.
He's just staring at the camera. What the fuck is that?
All right, see you guys around. Bye.